And Gaz, you're on air.
Welcome, guys, to a Rayners Racing League. This is F2 on a Sunday. This is Season 2, rounds 21 and 22. And we're here at Sochi in Russia. Today, I am joined by the amazing Mouthy Motor Marauder, DxT Hobo. Hobo, how are you today? I'm good,
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very, very well. Looking forward to another exciting Rayners Racing League here in lovely Sochi.
It's absolutely a brilliant circuit, isn't it, Sochi, really? Personally, I don't like it, but that's just personal taste rather than the actual circuit. It does actually give a lot of action.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's better than the races we've done this week, anyway, around France, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, France is one of those headache ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Right. So we do have two new drivers, which is Puppy Junior and Puppy Senior. So the two puppies jumping in the Prima vehicles, which is fantastic to see.
Father and son team?
Yes, it is a father and son team.
Okay.
So we're expecting them to do quite well, to be honest. It's more of a return of the puppy power.
Bit of Scooby-Doo reference in there.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta. It's we've got Psycho Tubby at the moment. He is the only car on track. Let's see what kind of time he builds up on this flying lap.
Yeah, definitely. Also, as well, what we'll do after this lap, we'll run through the current standings and all that lovely mess, so we can see where everyone is at the moment. Because it's been quite an exciting season so far.
It really has. There has been like different people getting podiums with the feature and the sprint race. It gives a lot more opportunity for different people to get good amount of points. And the battle at the top has been probably the hottest we've had for a very long time.
Yeah, definitely. It does look it's going to be a really close race between LH44 and the one and only Rayner.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'll be honest. It's kind of ironic when you got the league owner is actually one of the top fighting drivers. But to be honest, Rayner is a quick driver, so we can't take that away from him.
No, definitely not. I say it's probably the reason why he's founded the league. He wanted to find other quick drivers, and he's found competition with LH. I think definitely got some competition there.
Well, LH is the other league admin, along with remember. Tristan's a league admin as well, so Psycho Tubby with 146.5, a very good start for
yes,
to Psycho Tubby there.
Fantastic lap from him. Fantastic.
Right, I'll let you run through the standings, buddy.
Perfect. Okay, so first of all, we'll start off with the driver standings. We'll start with the bottom 10 first, and go on to the top 10. So your bottom 10. So make it a bit more interesting. Start from the bottom up. Make it a bit more interesting. So currently in last place we have Tim Guy, who's on 0. Psycho Tubby, who we're just on board with, is also on 0. Then Jason Woodhouse with 1. Tristan's on 2. Cairo is on 6. Liam's on 7. Monopono is on 8. Then we get to the big scoring points now with Benjamin Cardiff on 23, joint with by Nismo Maxwell. Green Ace is in 30th, which runs up the bottom 10. Now, for the all-important top 10, here we go. Again, we'll go bottom up. We'll start with RB, is currently 32 points. We have Correct Savant with 43. Reagan is on 77. Drew is on 79. Magnus on 82. Apex on 113. Evil Hunter on 164. Quad Duty, who had a good race last week, is 167. Then the two leaders, here we go. This is how far these two guys are battling. Rayner in second place with 221 and LH44 on 239. Now what that does to your constructors table. Now apologies because I'm still learning names of these cars. I did spend all weekend watching the F2, so hopefully I'm a bit better. But the Umanai Fatosi... Go on, sorry.
It really doesn't help really when it comes down to the names. Because everybody pronounces them different anyway.
Yeah, okay. Then I've got some leeway then. So Umanai Fatosi is leading the way on 334 points. A lot of threes in that. It's quite hard to say if you've got a bit of a stutter. In second place, we have the Dams with 246. We have the Race Lab team with 246. Trident in fourth on 194. We have High Tech in fifth place on 125. Campos Racing in sixth with 77. I'm going to struggle with this one. Charus, I'm going to guess for that one. I'm not sure.
Chiro.
I went too far. I went to Chiro with 55 points. We have the Carlin team with 24 points. The Prima team with 10. And last but not least, the ART, or ART, however you want to call it, with 6 points, sitting in 10th.
It's quite like quite bizarre with the ART team, because last season the ART team was actually LH and Rayner.
Wow. I bet they dominated.
The ART team was actually smashing it. Obviously, they've moved over to a different team. They've both been split up. Now it kind of makes a fairer battle. And now the UNI Vitosi, or the Uni Vitosi, to the Commonwealth people have actually stepped up this time with Apex stepping inside with Rayner there, and Puppy Junior, Scrappy Doo on a 145.1.
Fantastic time from him. Obviously, it's very early days yet. We're going to see a lot of super soft runners today, I think. Obviously, we have got Puppy Senior on the mediums at the moment, but I don't think that will stick. But we'll never know.
Oh, no. Well, to be honest, with F2, the tyre choice that you choose to qualify on doesn't really reflect on what you have to start on in the race.
So ideally, you want to put on the fast tyres you can.
Of course you do, of course. Quick comments on the chat that I've got here. We've got Izzy saying, Gaz, alright Izzy, Hobo is with me. He's not got able to get to his chat system just because the Pitbull
Lexi stolen the
has
iPad. Lexi has stolen my iPad. She wants to watch.
There we go. We've got Kojuti saying Steve and Gary are back.
Oh, for God's sake. It took me a second. It was Steve. I was like, okay, it's me.
And then we've got Green Ace, who is part of the Wednesday races. I'm sure he's meant to be in there today.
Yeah, he's meant to be here today.
Go Kojuti and Magnus.
Whoa. Spin from Scrappy Doo there. Getting a bit scrappy.
Yeah. Puppy Junior there, having a little, basically a bit of a fallout there. On the later corners, it's absolutely it's one of those tough circuits. Really, is Sochi. We've got 20 minutes left, and we've only got 2 people who've actually put in a competitive time, really, for qualifying. So I'm expecting drivers to be jumping out very shortly. So and then we've got Jason Woodhouse.
Jason Woodhouse
is going out.
There he is. Let's get on board.
He's going out.
My boss's son, as I'm going to call him. So go to some chats. So guys, basically Lex is asking how everyone felt about F1. We'll get into F1 chat in a little bit. God's sake, I can't read his name. I'm sorry, but Cairo. I really get. It's because it's a C, and I want to say something. I want to say Zero, and it's just my dyslexic brain doesn't like it. But Cairo, welcome to the chat. LH, welcome again. Magnus as well. At the moment, all talking about how Hamilton had a great win. Sorry if you haven't watched it, but if you haven't watched it, where the hell have you been? But yeah, well done to Lewis. It was actually a fantastic race in the F1, if anyone did catch it. Guys, what did you think?
To be honest, my prediction was nearly right, but I thought Lando Norris might have pipped Bottas to the podium, because Lando Norris has been on fire with that McLaren. But then, yeah, I knew Lewis could do it. And in all fairness, I want Lewis to get his 8th title, hang up his racing boots, and then move on to other motorsport adventures, because I think F1's a bit tired of seeing him on the podium.
I love Lewis Hamilton. I said there's a lot of haters out there, but I think he's definitely deserved where he is today. But do you know what? I am looking forward to this battle. We've been waiting 7 years to see a close battle between 2 teams, and it's always a second and third. We always see a close battle maybe between the Red Bull and the Ferrari teams, but No, come on, battle for the top. That's what we want. It's what I remember as a kid watching McLaren and Ferrari fighting it out. So it's quite nice. To
yes.
See.
That's exactly what you want. And so this season is going to be exciting. Max Verstappen has got the feeling in him that he could actually win the championship this season, and he would deserve it. But then, it's like Lewis wants that 8th title. He wants to be the greatest of all. Give him it. Let him have the exit that he deserves.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly that. I think if he doesn't win it, he might stay around another season to get that 8th one. And he might end up having a career a lot like Kimi Räikkönen, being up there in the top battling all the time, and then all of a sudden slipping down and down and down and become more of a mentor rather than a competitor.
Well, in the words of Kimi Räikkönen, it's more of a hobby for him, F1 racing.
Yeah, it's just a hobby. He's took a massive pay cut, sticking with the Sauber Alfa Romeo team.
Yeah, definitely has.
But,
he loves doing it.
He loves the sport. Yeah.
Big crash here. Sorry, Jason Woodhouse gets really unstuck there, late into the braking, and basically locks up. He's all front and just hits that barrier. Lucky to have his wheels still untouched there, but he has got some wing damage as you can see on the front left.
Okay, so I'm on board with Correct Savant, who is just starting his fast lap, and I'm going to do a lap rundown with him. So here we go. This is turn 1 here. There's a slight bend. Really don't understand why they call these kinks turns, but they do. As it is a long straight here. It's a turn 2 and 3. Watch the line there because you can exploit track limits, which luckily Correct Savant hasn't. This is turn 4 here, very similar to turn 8 at Turkey. And then around turn 5 here, which is very sharp. Watch out for the track limits on the left hand side. And this wall here, where it does catch a few people up because it does come up quite quick. Onto turn 6 here, another corner where you've got to watch for that outside line, and luckily Correct Savant does that quite well through turn 7 and 8. Now 8 is one of these where it turns out you've got to get the exit perfect because the next few corners are vital as he comes through turn 9 and 10 here, which is the double apex corners. Onto turn 11 where it comes into the second DRS kind of straight, more like a wave. As they go around the back of the stadium. Now this is where you will find the most of the overtaking taking place. As it comes round to it is the wide chicane here where it goes under the bridge of turns 14 and 15 because 13 is that bend at the end of the DRS straight. Onto 16 and 17, another tight chicane. I don't understand why they would stick those back to back, but they do. And now onto the last two corners where the pit entry, it crops up very quickly there around turns 18 and now 19, and the start finish line is right on your toes, so you can actually end up crossing the line while off track. And that is a lap rundown of Sochi.
Yeah, fantastic from both you and Savant. Savant set in second place at 1:45.3. Really good time from him.
Very good time from him. So the track itself is 5.8 kilometers long. That is 3.6 miles. It does have it's 19 turns, but it is only registered on FIA as a 18.
They don't.
It's
count
one of those
circuits,
circuits.
do they, surely.
10-13 they don't count. FIA don't count the 10-13. But Sochi Autodrome do count it as a corner.
So yeah, I don't like these kinky turns being defined as corners. Like, it's a bit silly, really.
It is stupid, but then I understand that when it comes down to whether when they do MotoGP circuits, whether the bike leans more than a certain amount of degrees, it would have to be counted as a turn.
Okay.
10-13 does not count into that.
Yeah.
Which is why the FIA don't count it, but Sochi do.
Sochi should re-listen to what the FIA have to say, to be honest. It's their league. They're in it.
But then this is Russia, and you can't really tell the rushers what to do.
No, definitely
Just
not.
take Mazepin's father, for instance.
Oh, Mazepin, as he's been labelled now by Crofty.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be honest. Crofty called him Mazepin when everybody else started calling him Mazepin after the practice rounds.
Yeah.
It's like he likes jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm like with you with that. I don't like Crofty for that kind of thing.
No,
he tries to claim credit for things that's not his.
He shouldn't be getting involved.
Sit down, have a burger, and leave the racing to the professionals.
And leave everything to professional. Just get out the commentary booth. Just get out.
Right. So who else have we got? So like the top, we've got 5 times already. So we do have Puppy Junior setting up pole, correct Savant, Psycho Tubby, so they are still quite close. Ben Cardiff putting a 147.8 and Jason Woodhouse with 149.1, and I'm sure Jason Woodhouse will come back out and give us another stonker of a lap.
Yeah, and it's also Scooby-Doo. He has gone out on those medium tyres, so a bit of a strange one from Puppy Senior there.
Yeah, Puppy Senior in the Prima. He's got the Robert Schwartzman's Prima there.
So I'm just glancing at my chat. I mean, they're all talking about F1, so I'm just gonna wait if any questions because you come up. Sorry, guys, what were you saying?
We do have a question from Quad Duty asking who do we think predictions who's going to take pole, second and third. See, it's going to be between right. Obviously, I'm going to throw the puppies in there, just because reputation goes on that they are quite competitive. So they could do a surprise top 3, but then you've got it's Rayner, LH, Evil Hunter, Quad Duty. And then hanging at the back would be Magnus. Oh! Puppy spins! Puppy spins on the exit of the final corner. He crosses the line, gives us a 147.3, and loses the back end and hits the wall. Luckily, I don't know how he's done it, but he's only got a bit of wing damage, but that was a dreadful spin and crash.
And I think he hit the nose. On the mediums.
Yeah, 147 on the mediums, and the difference between the mediums and the softs around here, well, its mediums are super softs.
Yeah.
It's over a second anyway. So you're looking at him competing with Drew, because Drew's not a slow driver at all. So, yeah, I think a 1.2 is roughly about the right time difference between the 2 tyres.
It should be info.
And it does look like.
Definitely.
And it does look like the puppies are just getting back into it for the Rayners Racing League, so it might take them a few laps to get up to pace.
Well, fingers crossed. That may be the reason why he's put on the medium, just to get a bit of know-how back. What I want to do very quickly, I'm just going to turn off my notifications, as that's going to be coming up quite a lot today. Just 1 second.
No worries. Well, we do have the Apex superfan Shelley say go Apex. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it should be. Shelley's always supporting Apex. I hope it's up some big things to him today. He should be doing really well.
Well, Shelley's arguing with Green Ace in the chat because Green Ace is all for Quad Duty and Magnus. But yeah, I'm just.
Is there a reason Green Ace isn't here? Because he's meant to be. He's leaving his teammate out to dry here.
He's not. He's not home. He's.
I'll let him off. I'll let him off this once.
He's too busy hunting for the Gruffalo.
Fair enough. I won't go into more detail on that. Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. I don't know too much about them, but I'll let Gaz fill in the details. But we are sponsored here by Sim Racer Coin. And Gaz, what does it exactly does Sim Racer Coin do?
Also, Sim Racer Coin rewards the winners, the top 3 place of the championship, with a cryptocurrency, which is a new cryptocurrency, and it's designed to get basically for our racers to buy sim racing equipment such as monitors, steering wheels, chairs, those kind of things. I have actually been every now and then. I do keep a little update. And they are currently in negotiations with Fanatec, trying to get Fanatec on board to allow them to have a way in to buy straight from Fanatec rather than having to go and go through the trade system and trade for real currency to then buy the equipment.
Cryptocurrency is definitely the next big thing now, isn't it?
Well, cryptocurrency, there is over 15,000 different cryptocurrencies at the moment. So it's finding the right ones, the ones that are actually stable. And Simraiser Coin is actually within a stable market, based in the United Arab Emirates. So it is got a good foundation for the financial backing. So we could see this being a solid cryptocurrency to work from.
Fingers crossed on that. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they bring with Fanatec as well and on board as well. It'd be a good shout if they can get that on board. Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah. So I'm on board at the moment with Call of Duty, who's still set a purple sector 2. I am expecting a good time from him. I might just wind him up and see if I can give him the commentator's curse and make him spin out. Which, I'll be honest, my commentator's curse has been really strong this week. So I'm actually like...
definitely has.
So I'll be honest, I don't want to do that to no one today. I want a really good race. Call of Duty with one... Yeah, half a second quicker than Poppy Jr. Brilliant time. Tristan puts a Prime Vettel is better than Hamilton.
No. I'm sorry, but no. It's just
Prime Vettel against Hamilton now. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Prime Vettel. Nah. I'm sorry.
Nah. Vettel is good. I'll give you Vettel's better than Verstappen. I'll definitely give you that. But nah, not against Prime Hamilton. Nah, no way. But speaking actually, I did want to talk about F2 a little bit because, as I said, I have been watching the practices and the race first week of the season. What are your feelings or thoughts for the new format? I don't know if you did see the new format for the F2 races, but basically, if guys who don't know, Gaz is already like waiting to get involved in it.
I'm eager to get this on.
So basically, what it does now, you have a qualifying session, which is okay, fair enough. But then in the race, it is the top 10 are reversed. So instantly, if you qualify first, you start in 10th. Then the next race, which is the next race after that, it's based on the top 10 finishers again reversed from that race to start on the grid. This one, and then obviously again for the feature race, it's reversed again top 10. I am not. I'll start off. I am not a fan of having it a top 10. Well, if you're doing qualifying and then reverse that, drivers are just going to want to aim for 10th. Surely, am I wrong in thinking?
I think you got it wrong.
Really? Because that's what he said on the thing. I read it very carefully yesterday.
So, like, basically, there's 3 races instead of the standard 2.
Yeah.
So that we do have. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt myself there because Magnus has put a 144.9. Puts himself into second, which is a very quick time indeed. Puts himself there with Call of Duty. So basically, there's 3 races. So you got the 2 sprint races on a Saturday instead of the 1 sprint race on a Sunday, and the feature race on a Sunday. The qualifying on the Friday gives you the grid for the feature race.
Ah, is that what it's for the feature race?
Yes, yeah, that's the feature. That's for the feature race. So the qualifying is for the feature race. But then what they do is they take that qualifying list, flip the top 10. And that's the first sprint race. Yeah. And then the results from the first sprint race, they flip the top 10 again, and that's the grid for the second sprint race.
So that's why I think I got so hung up on the fact that I saw that the qualifying is going to be, reversed for the first sprint race. I was like, but hang on, I got so annoyed at that I didn't even bother reading the rest of it. I was like, what the hell is this? This is stupid. But yeah, that makes more sense, I suppose. Does make a lot more sense. But I don't know. I don't like it personally. I don't think it's a good idea. It's a lot of racing to do.
To be honest, it's only because they've only got 8 rounds.
Yeah, it's a very short
season. So it's 8 rounds.
Well.
It's 8 rounds with so it's 24 races. Whereas beforehand it was 12 rounds with 2 races each. So that's another 24 races. So they're keeping the same number of races. They're just reducing how many events there are for F2. It also means that there's more slots there for the women's Formula racing, which is,
okay.
I'll be honest, is really getting big. I'm hoping that we do see the return of Tatiana Calderon.
Oh yeah, Tatiana.
Because she was fantastic. She got shaken up with the whole event from 2019 in Belgium, and that kind of like just unsettled her for the rest of her F2 career. So it'll be fantastic to see her back racing under the limelights, along with F1, with the F1 paddock, because we do need to see more female races.
Yeah, it definitely would be nice to see, because obviously F1 isn't a male-only sport. Women can drive too, so it'd be interesting to see if we do get some more females in. Shout out the boys. We've got some females in esports, which is always a good start. There's a lot of women that are more involved in F1 now.
Well, the thing is, it's like you've got they're trying to do like this whole diversity thing, and I'll be honest, the biggest diversity is mainly the fact that we do not have a single female on the F1 grid ever. No. We've never had it. We've had some fantastic female racers in the past, but never venturing into F1.
No, it's a shame. So fingers crossed in the future we do get some female drivers to show the boys how it's done. It would be good to see.
Right, we have at the moment we do have Rayner and LH both up into the final sector of their fast lap. Now, Rayner does a banker lap and then a pushed lap for his qualifying. So we'll see a good lap from him now and a better lap from him next lap if everything goes well. And I think LH runs a pretty much similar thing. As Rayner picks up 5th with 1:45.3, and where does LH come? Because he is just coming around the last corner. And puts himself in third with 1:44.9.
Good times from them guys.
I do know that like Rayner himself will always has a banker lap, and now he will push hard now for a good lap this time round. But like, could you to either hold the LH? There's 3 drivers I did mention. No. Magnus in 4th.
Rayner's invalidated his lap, so he's got to get around quickly if he wants one more attempt. He was currently down this time, so it's not too bad at the moment.
It is going to be quite close, because he's got 1 minute now to get round a big chunk of the track. It's just over halfway. He's got to go round if he wants to push himself a little bit higher up. But though, I'm actually quite shocked that
he's got time.
I know it's gonna be tight. You never know. We could have a timing glitch on our side, so we might not be seeing the relative time.
Yeah, of course.
Because he's got now 35 seconds to get through the 2 chicanes and round the final 2 corners. It's going to be tight. I'm staying on board with Rayner because I do think that he could make it. It could be close. It is going to be tight.
Well, currently I'm on board at the moment with LH, who's just set 2 purple sectors in 1 and 2. So let's see how he gets on in 3. Should be a stonker of a lap from him as he comes round the final sector.
Rayner should be able to make it because he is over that line.
Yeah, plenty of time. With 5 seconds to spare, loads of time. So here we go. What can LH do as he passes around the last corner now? Very clean lap he's had so far. Goes top with a 1:44.449. Unbelievable time from him.
Absolutely fantastic. We do have Quadruti who is out. He's not as quick as he was previously, so I don't think he's going to be making any improvements. And we've got as well Evil Hunter out on a fast lap, Magnus on a fast lap. So these 3 could be putting in a good time. But my eyes are going to be on Rayner.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely keep an eye out on Rayner. I'm just going to be on board with Magnus now as he comes around the last 2 corners. Let's see how he gets on. Did set a purple sector 2. Whether that was correct or not, we're not entirely sure, but we'll see now. Last corner, he rounds it nicely. Does stay where he is though, but does improve by a 10th. So not a bad time from him. Okay, stays in 4th. How is Rayner getting on? Currently slightly down in his time, actually. Or slightly up. Down in his time at the moment. Only slightly though, so he's got a lot to make up in this last sector.
Well, Quadruti is coming around the final 2 corners. I don't think he's going to make it now because he is already past his time. Well, let's have a look. Evil Hunter, again, he is not as fast as what he was before. So those 2 times are not going to change. So Rayner now, let's see. He has improved slightly on his time. I don't know whether he's got enough.
Lost. Definitely made up that time lost in the first sector. Oh, bit towel happy there.
Oh no.
No, he's pulled out. He's pulled out of his time.
Yeah. Oh no, that's very unfortunate because he was doing quite well. He was improving slightly. That's unfortunate for Rayner. Now starting in 6th.
And Cairo's going to set his time. Goes into 11th place for his first official lap. 1:46.328.
So we're going to have a quick rundown of the times. So we've got LH44 on 1:44.449. Too many fours.
Loves the 4-4s. LH44.
Yeah, Kojiti on 144.6. Evil Hunter 144.7. Magnus 144.8. Very good times for all those drivers. Puppy Jr. on a 145.1. Rain on a 145.3. Correct Savant on a 145.3. So close there. 200ths out. Drew on a 145.4. Apex on a 145.8. Tristan on 145.9. Kyra 146.3. And the rest to follow. But that was a very, very interesting ending to qualifying. Be quite interested to see how that transfers as we go out. So, Cairo, 146.3. Psycho Tubby 146.4. Jason Woodhouse 147.2. On mediums, Puppy 147.3. On mediums, Ben Cardiff rounded it all off at the end on a 147.8. Those 2 medium drivers, Jason Woodhouse and Puppy, could have took 1.2 seconds off roughly, so they would have been up there in 11th and 12th.
Yeah, so not a massive jump, but big enough. Bit of a strange call to put on the medium tyres, considering that tyres don't make a difference in this F2.
Yeah, it's quite bizarre. So 4 points goes to LH, who basically starts to open that little bit of a lead he's got, as we do have this round here at Sochi. We do have the next round next week at Abu Dhabi, and then we have the rerun of the Spa race after a glitched lobby for the week after. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks for our drivers as they comes to the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. It should be a good run for this. So quickly read some messages out before we carry on. So basically, LH is having a little chat about F1 there. Is he saying to good luck to LH? You've got this. Welcome, Matty Green as well. He's into the chat. Guys, don't forget as well. Obviously, if you did join the stream with us on or yesterday, DxT TV Live has now got its own Discord, which is basically just your go-to spot for what events we're doing, so like commentary or even like how you can join these sort of leagues as well. I need to talk to Rayners and see if we can get Rayners League on board with that as well. Fingers crossed we do. I'll get in contact with him very soon. But basically, it's going to be your go-to place where you can have a laugh, have some fun, talk to us off air and stuff. So and we've got a fantasy league as well. We've just started. There's going to be some fun polls. I think the first one is your favourite commentator on TT or TTFL on DxT TV. Fingers crossed we're going to get some. We're going to do some podcasts hopefully in the future. Maybe some merch as well. So the link is in the description. So do head over to that Discord, join the Discord, and enjoy.
Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see that Discord really take off as much as it should do.
Yeah,
very good idea from yourself.
I wanted to have a bit of more contact with some of the drivers like we have. Like for example, I thought of this fantasy league. Obviously, it's a bit late in the season now to do it because we missed it. We're now one race in. But for example, I had to post the link on 3 different Discords to get as many people as I could involved in it. And I just thought, wouldn't it be nice if there was like a go-to place where everyone can sort of commune? Like for example, Izzy, we know is an avid watcher of our YouTube, and yet we only talk to her really through the T&E channels. She's not in the DxT team. She's not on the TTFL league, which is the leagues that obviously I'm associated with more. So I thought it'd be nice if we get everyone together in this sort of one little space. But fingers crossed as well. Like I said, it's going to be a place where we can get more leagues involved. There's Xbox side of it, there's this PlayStation side of it, so people can just sort of come and see what we do from week to week as well. Hopefully we can fill out our schedule a bit more, do some more league racing, some more league commentary. And yeah, so fingers crossed it does take off. So guys, yeah, like I said, the link is in the description. It's open to everyone to join. So do feel free to join the league and get involved with some fun polls as well. We're gonna have some fun little polls as well. I want to see who gets the commentator as well. Who's the favourite commentator with our little nicknames as well.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I'll be honest, be honest with you, Homer. I think you've got it, mate, in the bag.
I don't know. I'm the Matthew Marauder. How can the Matthew Marauder win?
Yeah, it's just your swagger. It's your swagger that carries it. It's not.
I'll take a swagger.
You might, you might not have the knowledge, but you definitely have the swagger.
Yeah, well, yeah. As long as I'm being carried by the facts fanatic, I'm fine. But there we go. Cars have now lined up, so I'll leave you in the capable hands of Gaz for the turn 1.
So we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out. And away we go. I've got this absolutely fantastic view down the grid. It does look like Quad Duty has got the early pounce onto LH. Quad Duty with a fantastic start. LH is under pressure from everyone. Rayner, what a battle Rayner has done to get up. A little bit of barging there from some drivers behind. I'll bring up the information now because I've just took it off. And we do have a spinning car. And I think that is Magnus. The wallbanger hits the wall.
Oh, you don't write this stuff. We don't get to write this stuff. There was more contact as well at the back there. I'm going to have a little quick look to see the damage.
I do think Magnus was collected by someone. So we've got Quad Duty who's got in front. Eva Hunter in second. LA just dropped down to third. Rayner has made a good climb into fourth. Caro's now in fifth. Drew in sixth. We've got Puppy Jr. who I think he slipped down a little bit there in seventh. We've got Psycho Tubby in eighth. Apex climbing into ninth. We've got Puppy who's made his move up already into 10th. We've got Ben Cardiff in 11th. Correct Savant in 12th. We've got Tristan in 13th. Jason Woodhouse in 14th. And Magnus at the back there with a heavy wing damage from being tagged. I definitely would say he was tagged because it's not like Magnus to spin out at that corner.
There's a lot of wing damage as well. Drew's missing an end plate and Rayner's missing an end plate as well as I'm flicking through. I think Elfie's got away with it, but yeah, Rayner's definitely got some wing damage there.
Yeah, what that could have been. I did see Rayner getting tagged by Drew, getting pushed into the back of the cars in front of him. So I think it was Rayner lost the end plate, clipping LH from being hit from behind by Drew. Still don't know who collected Magnus, but Eva Hunter is dropped down. Has he got damage?
No, I think Timing Boys have screwed up a little bit. I think he still is in second place at the moment with Quadruity.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, it's just my Timing Boys just got off then because St. Quadruity's in fifth, and we all know he made a fantastic start. Well, these two drivers are competing for third, and Quadruity he's got his eyes set. I tried to close that gap down to second. He is understandable that he's probably not going to take second, but he wants to make the best effort he can to close that gap down.
Yeah, he definitely does. At the moment, it's very early on, so we're only 2 laps in, really. I think the time that's messed up as well, but 2 laps into this 14-lap race. There is more contact at the back, I believe. It does look like it's Puppy Jr. who's hit the wall. Big wing damage there. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but he's lost his entire front wing on the on the right-hand side there, and his end plate on the left.
Oh.
Big damage there.
That's unfortunate.
From Scrappy Doo, living up to his name, getting very scrappy. And also, is there any damage to anyone else? Don't think so. Very strange. Very, very strange.
It was a tough start. So it's like Drew and Rayner are still carrying out that bit of damage that they're carrying. It's going to be a tough call to say when these are going to pit, because obviously they're both on the super soft tyres, so they're going to be looking at pitting roughly about lap 5. They could push it to lap 6 and give their mediums a good run.
Yeah, it all depends how much time they're losing with this wing damage as well, because you don't want to pit too early, waste your super softs if you can carry the damage. But then again, you don't want to be staying out on those tyres too long, because if you're working those tyres extra hard, as we see a potential overtake from Drew, as he's got behind Crypto. Cairo. Sorry, again, it's my fault. I can't help it. I see SCY. I want to say Crypt. Cairo. Good overtake there from Drew. Up into 5th place. Putting those super softs to good use. Even with wing damage, he's doing fantastic.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. That's a brilliant move. Cairo's not letting him go though. Cairo is still in there for the battle. He's going to go for another pass. The second tubby's got Apex there for company at the moment for a battle between 7th and 8th. And as they're battling, Puppy there he's poised. He's got that 1.1 second gap to them, but he's watching, giving a bit of space. I reckon he'll get there on those medium tyres. He's just pacing it. They'll go to the pits. He'll fly around, pit a lap or two afterwards, and take it to the end. Yeah,
definitely will. Let's have a look with Cairo now. He will be within DRS of Drew ahead. Still struggling with that wing damage, but Drew gets a fantastic exit out of that last corner there, and does all he needs to do. Just that one corner. So fantastic drive from him. Cairo's doing his best to try and make up the ground by taking a shorter run through that chicane, but he's definitely struggling. Cairo. He's not getting the ground that you'd expect with a car ahead of him with wing damage.
Well, he is on the medium tyres, so he knows that the pace won't be there, but he is right on the back end of Drew, so he could just use Drew for a draft and just get himself the pace with that. It will save his tyres as well with the reduced downforce. So we could see Drew helping Cairo here for a decent position. As we got Apex now in 7th, he's got past Psycho Tubby.
Oh, again, Drew holding out. Very good setup. He must have gone for the low setup on that Dam's car there. So he's doing very, very well to keep Cairo behind. But we'll wait and see. I said there's a long way to go yet. He's on the softer tyre, so he should have to come in at some point soon. As there's contact between them again, as Cairo gives him a little love tap.
Does Cairo pick up any damage?
I think he got away with it, but he wants to be careful because he doesn't want to be doing that too often.
No, he definitely doesn't. I was on board with Tristan before. He picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but he is nursing a damaged wing there. So I don't know whether he's whether he's picked that up with contact with another driver or clipping the wall at some point, because the walls are so close.
Oh, Puppy Junior's got a bit rear-endy. Lost his back ends out of the last corner, facing the wrong way when I got on board of him, so he had to pick himself back up. No damage, luckily enough, though, but a lot of time lost.
So that's both Puppies losing it at the same points, really. Puppy Senior losing it during qualifying, and Puppy Junior now in the race. So not looking great for the Puppies right now.
I reckon it's a conspiracy. I reckon the other teams have left some Scooby snacks there, and that's what they're getting distracted with.
The old Scooby snack trick.
Yeah, I reckon it's
definitely. I'd say that would be something that good GT Evil Hunter would do.
Yeah.
Considering that they're looking to try and close.
It's in the name, isn't it?
It's in the name. Yeah. Or Psycho Tubby.
Oh yeah, another
yeah.
Savant's going down the inside of turn 1 on Puppy Senior. Does make that move stick, but Puppy Senior gets unstuck himself, hits the wall, loses the back end, and wing damage on that front left end plate.
So, just in the chat there, I can see that Cairo has another fan.
Add to the collection.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a fan of Cairo. Since covering for him on a Wednesday, so I do like to see him do well. I know he's not the fastest drivers, one of the fastest drivers out there, but he does battle well and battle strong. But then most of these drivers do it to say that. But it's old Joe Kiss a lot. Izzy, who's now a fan of Cairo. So, Cairo, if you have any issues where you lose a front wing, a wheel, or something, you know who to blame.
Just on board. I was on board when you were talking there with Jason Woodhouse, who does get quite a questionable overtake on Tristan there. He's used the track extension to his advantage and got past Tristan. So I don't think Tristan was too happy about that. There was no order to give the place back from the stewards in the game. But Tristan's still going to battle it out, try and get that place back.
Well, Tristan needs to make a strong pass on Jason Woodhouse and gain a significant time difference really to cover the penalty he picked up earlier, as he is now diving into the pits. Now, Evil Hunter is gone in the pits, and so now we have Tristan. So it'll be quite interesting to see who's next to pit in, because Quadruti now, he's basically all alone at the front there with LH being the next nearest competitor.
Yeah, he definitely is a friend there, but as you can see on Tristan's car, getting his wing changed as well. It gets him out of that dirty air. He was fighting with Jason and Benjamin. You don't want to be stuck between two teammates. But there we go. So he's getting that change now, going onto the medium tyres as you would expect. But yeah, back to LH. He's starting to reel in slightly. Quadruti. Them tyres must be starting to feel the strain now as we get into lap 6 of this Grand Prix.
A few penalties now up and down the grid now for you've got Rayner, Apex and Correct Savant all picking up penalties along with Magnus as well. So this is where drivers are pushing themselves.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be the crunch time now. I'm just jumped on board with Psycho Tubby. He's approaching the back of Apex for 7th place. Well, 6th place, sorry. Has got DRS on him, but a bit too far away this time. Maybe in a lap or two he could set himself up. Both drivers are on the medium tyre, which they started on. So they're on similar strategies.
It looks like Psycho Tubby here is really just reeling in Apex slightly through those few complex corners, and now he's starting to lose it again. Apex seems to have a better exit through the chicanes than Psycho Tubby did, but now he is back in there again. It's to and fro between these two drivers, as another few drivers have pitted, so that's Rayner and Drew both jumping into the pits.
Jason Woodhouse as well, he's also jumped into the pits. He's got wing damage, have to change that as well. Evil Hunter
He's
did
also
get
got
past him quite quickly as well. Sorry, Gaz?
Oh, yeah, actually, I do believe he's got a penalty as well, Jason Woodhouse, so I don't know if he's going to be serving that. I don't know if they would serve the penalty.
No,
not serving the penalty.
No wing change.
I am sure he's got. No, he didn't get a wing change, did he?
No, it looks like
that was bizarre.
Yeah, they definitely haven't changed that wing. It's still damaged on the way out. As you can see, the end plate is still missing. Maybe Jason opted for to keep that wing damage and not lose time, which is definitely a possibility. So obviously with the F2, they've got a lot less crew, so a wing change takes a lot longer to do. So anyway, we'll jump back on board. Let's have a look now. Correct Savant is on the back now of the battle between Apex and Psycho Tubby. So a bit of a DRS train forming here in Sochi. As you can see now, Psycho Tubby still can't really get the ground he needs to make the move on Apex. So again, just got to line it up, reel him in, get a bit closer, and maybe make the move again in the lap's time. But he needs to stay with him and get really close on that exit of the... Oh, as he goes really wide there, could have been a massive mistake. Does lose a lot of time to Apex.
Our race leader has jumped into the pits, so gives LH the run now at the front of the pack. Cairo also opting to stay out, and so does Apex and Correct Savant. Tell you what, Correct Savant did cut that corner on at the end there very, very tight. I wouldn't be surprised if the stewards have issued him a penalty for that.
And our last driver now to go, on Super Softs is coming into the pits as well. That's Benjamin Cardiff. So he's coming into the pits now.
Yeah, it's a bizarre race. It's a bizarre race, really, for most of our drivers. With a 14 laps, those medium tyres could pretty much do 10 laps, 10 to 12 laps, really. So you've only got like 2 laps off super softs, really, if you're going to push those mediums all the way to the end.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously they do have to pit at some point for a tyre change. They can't really long these tyres out. But yeah, to be honest, that's probably the best strategy to do, is to start on the medium tyres like LH has and Cairo and Apex. because you're going to get the best life you can out of those super softs with only 4 laps on them. Whereas the drivers that have recently just pitted, like for example Drew, who just come into the pits to change Rayners as well, they've had to use
Quad Duty as well.
Yeah, Quad Duty. They've had to use a lot of the life. The point that wouldn't have been necessarily faster on those super softs.
But Sochi is not it's not strong on the undercut either. So drivers who try and do the undercut don't tend to do well. It is more about prolonging the race, really, for Sochi, and I can't understand it because usually the undercut is the way to go to get the jump on someone, but not at Sochi at all.
No.
And F2 is different again.
LH pitted for the super softs.
Yeah, that's his. He's changed over to that stronger compound. Let's see where Quad Duty is. Quad Duty.
It does get back. It does
come out just. Yeah, but it's not just get back pass. It's get back pass comfortably.
Yeah,
it wasn't close at all.
So I jumped on board with Puppy Junior to having a really bad time today. There's another spin from him. So he's not having the best of time. But yeah, LH lost a lot of ground there to Quad Duty. And now he's got Evil Hunter there for company.
Puppy Senior is in the pits as well, as they do the wing change and the wheel change onto the super soft. So hopefully Puppy Senior might start climbing back through the pack, as we have only got 3 people left to pit, which is Cairo, Apex and Correct Savant. I don't know what kind of strategy they're thinking of doing, but let's hopefully it works off them, because at the moment Correct Savant is all over the back of Apex.
Yeah, he's looking very racy today. He does look like he's struggling to get past Apex. Maybe an idea for him to do the opposite, really, of what Apex does on this lap. So if Apex comes in, then he stays out. If he doesn't, he comes in. Try and get a different strategy to him, and maybe get some ground. All depends how he's feeling with those tyres as well, though.
Yeah, if Apex goes in, then stay out. If Apex doesn't go in, then stay out. That'll be my thing. So stay out. You want to put it takes a whole lap for that tyre to warm up. So he could if he gets a good strong lap now, gets into the pits, he might be able to do the overcuts.
Yeah, definitely a potential. As Quad Duty's going to, Apex going to end up in a bit of traffic now, I believe. Should be just behind, I believe, be Drew, if my calculations are correct. Drew round the last corner. Maybe in between Drew, actually. Maybe a bit. It's going to be close on the exit, actually, but I think he'll just get out in front of Drew, actually.
No, I think Drew with the run up could actually get past him though. So it's going to be a tough call when it gets to the next few corners, because Drew with those warmed up tyres will have a better opportunity to pass Apex on this lap, even though Apex is on the softer compound.
Yeah, definitely. So on board now with LH, he has caught up to the back of Evil Hunter very, very quickly, and you can see the difference in the speed between the fresh super softs and the fresh mediums. He is literally pushing that car around the track right now. Yeah, so it was advantageous for LH to do the alternate strategy and go for the harder compound first, because now he's got a lighter car, he's got the better tyre, and he is a quicker driver all round as well. So it's like a full package. It's just now basically down to Quad Duty to hold them off for the next 4 laps after this. At the end of this. Yeah,
which it's not going to be easy at all for Quad Duty to hold off the charging LH as he does hammer around.
As the 2 leaders do come into the pits of Cairo and Savant, so they're from their lap. Let's see the gap between it was Savant, wasn't it? Savant and Cairo with Apex. We'll see how far.
So yeah, we could see. We could see. So it all depends how much of a strong lap Apex had coming around. As Apex does get past him.
Very strong lap from Apex.
Absolutely fantastic performance from Apex. Maybe those tyres that they had those tyres on for a little bit too long, as the grip might have not been there.
Lost a lot of time. They're falling out behind Magnus. So that's how much they've lost time there. Magnus on the 8-lap old mediums gets ahead of them. Obviously they're going to be very fighty now, but it's not something you want to do. Is come out in dirty air in traffic. As
Kyra with a penalty, I actually watched that penalty happen. He on that turn 4, that long super left-hander, he just cuts it too tight and just gets pinged for it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a brave attempt to try and get around him. I understand the thinking behind it, wants to get around him quickly as possible, but keep it on the track. Come on, Cairo.
Yeah. He knows how well he needs to get past the Mr. Warbanger really to actually and sit in 8th really for the best chance of goal points for the next race, and that is the crucial one. That battle for 8th is quite crucial right now because you've got Kyra and Correct Savant, both of them on fresh super soft tyres, will be hounding for that place that Magnus is holding right now.
And Cairo is going to try and sweep round the inside and does do that very nicely. Dispatches Magnus quite simply, to be honest, on those super softs. You do expect that, to be honest. But Magnus is going to have a little love run on him. Good exit from Magnus. He's going to try and fight this all he can. But again, the grip is just not there on those medium tyres. And Cairo is holding it, and Savant just waiting in the wings right now for a mistake.
Oh, a little bit of a top there from Magnus's rear wing onto the back wheel of Cairo. So luckily Magnus didn't spin out or crash into the wall this time.
Yeah, there we go. There was the mistake that Cairo and Magnus created. Savant is now alongside with a little drag race of Magnus into the first corner. Magnus set up, looks like it's built for downforce. Does manage to hold it so much. Yeah, he does hold it very nicely.
Yeah, they're both teammates, so basically I'm not too sure what the whole strategy is for the team, whether it is Joe, go hard or go home kind of thing, or work as a team. But they've got to be careful because otherwise I could see that both high techs going out if they do collect each other.
Yeah, I think if you're on the high tech pit wall, you're shouting at Magnus, "Let him through! He's on a different strategy. Let him catch Cairo. You're hurting us." But these drivers, they're not necessarily going to fall into teammate rules. They're not going to necessarily want to let their teammate past. And that's what we're seeing right now, as Magnus is still ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, Magnus is a strong driver, but Correct Savant has got the better tyres at the moment. And Magnus is kind of weaving all over the road at the moment. It does give the place to Correct Savant, or does he? It did play false sense of security, that was, wasn't it? Magnus's back end does go a little bit. Yeah. Savant could have squeezed Magnus a little bit just to give himself space. But Magnus should really think about giving his teammate the position, really. Because as they're battling now, Cairo's just getting further and further away. And both high-techs could be out of the points.
Yeah, there we go. Does finally get past.
If they collect each other.
Does make the move eventually, but I think the damage has already been done as Cairo 3.2 seconds ahead. And I think Magnus could possibly fight back now. He has got DRS on Savant, but again, I don't think it's too close this time. The tyres are starting to give out on that high tech there, being 10-lap old mediums.
It could be the fact that it's covered in Russian flags as well, so that could be like hurting the ego as well of that car.
Yeah, 100%. As we see LH caught the back of Quadruti now. We've got yellows in the sector 2. I believe that is Puppy. Is it Puppy Jr.?
Which Puppy I think
Jr.
it is Puppy Jr. Oh, he's just really not having a good time right now, is he? I actually honestly think that Puppy Jr. is racing without traction control, which is why he's losing a bit, because I think he is more used to the F1 cars than these F2, and your traction control is different between the two vehicles.
It's like chalk and cheese, these two cars. They look very similar, but yeah, they drive very different.
They really do. I find the F2s feel a little bit heavier most of the time.
Definitely do. I think it's because it's the less power behind it, so they genuinely just are quite heavier as well because there's no power, there's no torque in the car to really push that along. But LH on the back of Quad Duty can't make the move yet. It's got his last lap now as we are entered the last lap, so it's got to be make or break time for LH.
Definitely, this is the point where LH has got to think, right, if I want this win, I've got to take him now. And it's Quad Duty is a fantastic driver, and the best way to actually watch this battle is like to be in the battle. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm actually right on board seeing LH's view of Quad Duty, waiting, hoping for a mistake, an open window to take. As Quad Duty just keeps slamming that door closed, and there could be the mistake there. Quad Duty didn't hit that apex, allowing LH to close in. Here we go. This is the DRS straight. That LH, if he doesn't make it happen now, I don't think he is going to make it happen unless he manages to get a cut in. Quad Duty. I don't think he's going to be able to defend that with those medium tyres. It's a bit of a touch and go as they come through the first of the chicanes. It's so tight. But I think LH has done it. I really think.
Great driver from the pair of them, but there's not much Quad Duty can do as LH does take the position and take the lead on the last sector of the last lap. Unbelievable drive from him. But fantastic from these two.
Absolutely fantastic battle between them. Absolutely nothing in it between them. Oh my goodness, that was like, I'll be honest, I quite enjoyed the ending of that between the two, the last lap battle. So we got LH who takes first, Quad Duty in second, Eva Hunter gets third, Rayner in fourth. A fantastic race for Rayner there, jumping up 2 places. Apex does fantastic there to get into fifth.
Yeah, good team points there from the two, fourth and fifth.
Yeah, Drew drops down to 7th due to penalties. Psycho Tubby in 6th. A fantastic race from Psycho Tubby. We've got Kyra, who does get the 8th place. Correct Savant in 9th. Ben Cardiff in 10th. What happened to Magnus?
There was a bit of a battle there with Jason Woodhouse and Magnus, and Jason just comes off a bit better off there. Magnus losing his rear end on the exit, and he will take 11th place from Magnus.
That's a part of me thought that Magnus might have hit another wall as Ben Cardiff comes around the line, going a little bit sideways, but gets 10th. Magnus was going to get 11th, but managed to get Tristan, who had less penalties, gets 11th. Absolutely up and down with the penalties there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is why I don't like checking penalties, because I do like to hit the drama. Psycho Tubby was given the driver of the day there. I didn't see much of Psycho Tubby, obviously, but I know he did a great start from the race. Do you agree with the driver of the day there for the sprint race?
Psycho Tubby, definitely. I have to give him up. It's close between LH, because LH did do well as Quad Duty for that front row battle. Yeah, but Psycho Tubby battled his way through and managed to work really hard to get those 6 places up. Just quick one into the chat. We do have Wormings who's joined us in chat. Shelley has asked him, why are you not racing? And apparently it's team orders at UNI, but he's because Wormings is a University driver for Wednesday, so he's managed to he's been told to not race apparently. Fantastic. So that's our race order: LH, Quad Duty, Eva Hunter, Rayner, Apex, Psycho, Tubby, Drew, Caro. Those top 8 will be reversed. Correct Savant, Ben Cardiff rounded off the points. Tristan, Magnus, Jason Woodhouse, Puppy, and Puppy Junior. Both the puppies not having a great race. Puppy Senior. He did have a fantastic start. The first half was fantastic from him, but just tend to lose it near the end. Excuse me.
Yeah, so obviously it's their first time in, so these puppies haven't been trained as of yet, but they'll get there eventually. I wonder how many more dog analogies I can throw into this. But I'm sure in this race they'll be like a dog with a bone. and they're going to want to really fight for their positions here.
Yeah, just got to be careful there around that last corner. If they cock the leg too much, they spin out.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to leave this race in a mess and end up in the doghouse.
Oh wow, I like that one. That was actually quite good. I'm a little bit impressed with that one.
I've had that in my locker since the halfway through the race. I'm just trying to work out a way to use it.
Oh wow. Yeah, that explains the quiet moments there while you're trying to get the cogs grinding there to work out what to do.
Yeah, trying to think, how am I going to word this in? This is really good.
Yeah. In the doghouse, how am I going to do it? I'm going to do it. Oh.
Well, let's just
We've
hope
got 11 laps.
I got one more. Let's just hope that Papa Junior's race isn't too rough this time.
Oh my goodness. I like the doghouse one, but that one was just terrible.
Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Rough. That's a good one. It was good. I like it. I'm happy with it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Jason, I'll tell you what.
Jason and Magnus got disqualified from the contact there, the formation.
Yeah, I think it's just minor contact between the two drivers, which the game does penalise heavily on minor contacts behind safety cars on formation laps. Oh, speaking of safety cars, what do you think about the Aston Martin?
Lovely
safety car.
It looks.
It's the
looks
sound.
lovely. It sounds amazing, and also it's a lot lighter than the Mercedes, so it means it can take the corners faster, which I'm sure the F1 drivers will love. That they can actually take the corners a bit faster than they would usually like to. But yeah, it's a good change.
Well, Van der Merwe, who does drive the medical car, Tehran has said that it is the DBX that they use for the medical car is so much more responsive than the Mercedes equivalent. But the FIA have a contract with Mercedes. I do believe it runs out in 2 years' time. But I do like the idea of having different safety cars.
I still think my two-seated F1 car would be perfect.
But then you've got to have to put massive hazard lights all over this car. That's not much. It's not much bigger than than the F1 cars that you see on track. Anyway, it's the two-seater one that you're describing. It's like two abreast.
Yeah,
but
two abreast.
How quick can those drivers get out of those cars?
It'd be fine. They won't need a halo.
It'd be fine.
Don't need a halo.
Don't need the halo. Yeah. And then the car barrels 100 miles an hour behind the truck. Yeah. No halo needed.
Well, why is the safety car going 100 miles an hour? Hasn't got to go full speed. It just got to go fast enough through the corners where the drivers can keep their temps up.
But the thing is, the average speed of the safety car is 80 miles an hour. Which
is like what, third, second gear with these F1 cars? Maybe even first, actually, probably.
They do say they're idle nicely at fourth at 80 miles an hour, the F1 cars. But it's just, your idea is ridiculous, I will be honest. It's just, I can't get it into your head. Yeah, it'd be like an eyesore. So we've got the lights going as 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're out, and away we go for the Sochi sprint race, and let's see how these drivers go, because Rayners already pounced on his teammate. Absolutely fantastic start by Rayner there, as Drew holds off first. We've got Psycho Tubby up into second, but these cars are 4 wide right now. Yeah, going down to the first vehicle, and drivers opt in for the wide route to stay out of contact.
Oh, we've got Jason Wood.
Yellow flag going.
Jason Wood has a spun at the back there, lost a lot of time. Breaks some polystyrene. Jason, all right, write that down. That's a fine right there. How dare he break that? Yeah,
getting billed for that there, Jason. Absolutely disgraceful. All the space in the world, he decides to take off half a polystyrene block.
Ridiculous.
So Psycho Tubby now leading the way. for being having a fantastic performance, getting battling from 12th to 6th in the feature race, now leading the sprint race after the first half of the circuit. Fantastic effort from Psycho. Cairo in second, Drew in third, Quad Duty. After starting in 7th, it's now up in 4th. Rayner is in 5th. I think Rayner dropped down that one place to Quad Duty due to going wide at one of those corners. Too many drivers going into the one corner. And LH suffered quite a bit there. He's down in 10th. Magnus in 9th. Mr. Warbanger battling his way through.
So we'll just
and looks like he could be
with the tyres. Everyone will be on the same tyres as Evil Hunter does make a move on Drew up into 5th place. Did I see a car just shoot off wide there, or was that just my eyesight playing up? No, I think they're okay.
I think it went right, dead quick to us, but probably because where our camera was, he probably came under the camera, coming back round.
I was like, I didn't see him come back. He's just gone. Oh, big wide move there.
That was Magnus there, going a little bit of contact there with, I believe that was Puppy avoiding a bit of contact from other drivers, and Magnus got a little bit tagged there, but that's, look, hopefully no damage. But Magnus is ghosted for some reason.
Yeah, and he's used it to his advantage there, and he tries to ghost through a couple of cars. But yeah, he's.
I think there's
some sort of a disconnect.
There's a few. Yeah. I think it's just the whole desync, because it's same Rayners now in first, as everything's getting back to normal. Because no, it's not. It's not gone back to normal.
Yeah,
there we go. Back to normal now. Carries managed to take back first place from Psycho Tubby, who is now under attack from Quad Duty and Rayner. A fantastic effort from the two, top 3 drivers, really. Those 2 drivers there. LH also working his way back through the pack after starting at 8th, dropping down to 10th, and now having to work his way hard. It's like a remnant of last week as well. LH did the same thing, didn't he?
Yeah,
started in 8th, went down, and then started battling up.
He's hit the wall again. Mr. Wahlberger has hit the wall again. He's got damage on that car, so he'll have to pit for a new wing. As we see the battle between Quad Duty here and Psycho Tubby having a good little ding-dong as Rayner sees an opportunity to pounce and does. Gets into 3rd place. Great opportunistic move there from Rayner. Saw the mistake Quad Duty made and made that work for him into 3rd place.
See, Rayner reminds me of the Rated R Superstar. If anybody who knows that is, he is the ultimate opportunist edge. Absolutely fantastic effort there by Rayner.
Oh, Quad Duty's losing a lot of ground now as he's dropped down again.
You had a little bit of a contact there between Rayner and Psycho Tubby. Psycho Tubby braked a bit early going into that turn 3 to make sure he didn't exceed track limits. Rayner braking a little bit late to actually gain a bit more time from Quad Duty. And Quad Duty, is that Quad Duty losing his place to Evil Hunter?
Yeah, he did. He has. Just been overtaken. So Rayner again having to nurse this car with wing damage. As we saw in the sprint race, had it wing damage in his first stint. Now he's got it again in the feature.
Now, I've just watched Magnus. And it looked like he tried to hit the wall on purpose there a couple of times. It's either that or he's just constantly losing the back end of that car, which I don't understand how anybody can do it on a straight, but that is something that I am sure the stewards will be looking into.
Yeah, it looks like he's either struggling with that downforce. He can't get that car turned in quick enough to make these corners, because he's still struggling with that wing damage there. I think he does need to come in a bit, I think.
He did opt to stay out, which I'm quite surprised he has done that.
Yeah, as you can see there, just on board here, he is full lock, and he's just struggling to get that car around. I think he's just going to lose too much time here. He does need to just pit, get that new wing.
Yeah, he needs to pit like that. He needs to slow down a lot more for these corners because they are too tight for him to be doing that. Just dive straight into the pit, say Magnus.
Oh, safety car's come out. Jason's gone wide, so this could be what saves Magnus as he does come into pit. Jason's also Jason just bounced off the wall there to get ahead of Magnus. Somehow there was no damage there. That was a very strange move as Ben gets a squad from session.
I think what happened there with Ben was the fact that Ben decided to try and brake so he did not crash into Jason Woodhouse, and it became an issue there where he got disqualified. It's just...
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be looked at by the stewards there, because I think that was a bit of a dangerous entry into that pit lane from Jason.
And it looks like he still hasn't got any front wing.
No. There is a shadow there, so I'm not too sure if it's a glitch. I'm just going to stay on board with him. But I don't know, really. The car looks very clean at that front end. Let's have a look how he makes his first corner. No, he has got no wing. He's got no wing. As you can see there, he was full lock and still no wing.
I do think that it's more of a software issue rather than a driver issue on that one. So we'll have to leave it at that, as cars are rounding up to go behind the safety cars of Cairo, Psycho Tubby, Rayner, Evil Hunter, Quad Duty, Apex in 6th, Correct Savant, LH back up to 8th, Drew in 9th, Poppy in 10th, Tristan in 11th, Jason Portals 12th, 13th for Magnus, and 14th for Puppy Jr.
Some strange tyre choices there as well, as Magnus and Puppy Jr. have gone on to the Super Softs. They won't last the race. They'll be very difficult to get them to the full race. They'll be quite worn by the end of this. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would come in again for another set of mediums.
But it's good to see that Magnus has jumped in the pit and got a brand new wing put on.
Also, Tristan's coming as well. Tristan's in the pits.
Yeah, he's got severe wing damage there. And I think he's serving his penalty as well.
Yep, serving his penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone on super soft tyres.
Yeah, it's definitely a good call from him to do that right now. Under a safety car and with the gap behind him to Jason Woodhouse. It's a free pit stop for him. And he'll close in down to Puppy. And he might, with the super softs, he could actually look to battle into getting into a points position.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still looking at Jason. I can't tell whether he has got wing damage, but he definitely has. As you can see him going extremely wide there on that little kink, which shouldn't be an issue for him. So he's decided to stay out.
It is a full. It is a full fault. I think it's a glitch. It's a glitch that the reason why he hasn't, because it was the same for the last race. He had wing damage and didn't have the wing replaced.
It's very strange. Because I'm just staying on board with him, just to see his lines, and it just looks like he has got no wing. So whether I'm not too sure. I reckon maybe because the way he's entered the pits was quite aggressive. That's probably the reason why the game hasn't registered his wing to be changed.
Well, yeah. Well, Magnus has jumped back into the pits for a set of medium tyres. He thought the same lines as you, that the super softs were not going to last in the end. So he's gone for the mediums, and that might work well for him. Because he's got to catch up with Puppy Jr. and the safety car now bunches everybody up. We've just got a small cluster of cars of Jason Woodhouse, Tristan, Puppy Jr. and the lone struggler at the back to catch up.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the right call there from Magnus. He should have time to catch up, but I think the problem they're going to be facing now, that if they're stuck behind Jason with this wing damage, he's going to be holding them up quite a lot. It'll be like a second safety car out on track, because you can see him struggling through every single corner here. Which is going to be frustrating for Tristan and Puppy Jr. to sit behind. So Jason does need to pit, really.
Yes, he definitely does.
Jason
Woodhouse with 3 seconds happens. I honestly think it might be an issue with his connection, because it's showing up. I'm on board with Tristan, looking at his thing, and his connection is in and out. So it could be a connection issue. As Puppy is in the pits. Puppy's dived into the pits for a set of super soft tyres. I don't know if he had wing damage as well. But now we have Poppy Jr. and Poppy Sr. in 12th and 13th, needing to work hard to start battling back into the points.
Yeah, they do.
But
They
a
need to,
huge...
definitely work together here to get back into this. But they're going to be struggling, I think, because they need to catch up first to the back safety car as well.
Yeah. It's a huge chunk of the race is being behind a safety car. So it's going to be an eventful last few laps here. As I'm looking, because like DxT with a time penalty, he's going to be caught out if he's not so careful.
Izzy just made a comment in the chat that Jason Woodhouse is driving a Formula Ford right now. It definitely does look like it. Yeah,
definitely does. And we've got Puppy, he went to the pits because he got a drive-through penalty. But what he's done it under the safety car, which is not allowed.
Yeah, so
Jason Woodhouse. Jason Woodhouse has got 25 seconds of penalties.
It's literally, I'm honest to God, it's because he's not pitted for that front wing. He's having to go wide on every single corner because you could definitely see he's got that missing. So that's the reason why he's going wide, which is, again, he needs to pit as well. They have finally caught up to the back of the safety car. I'm not sure it's coming in this lap, but I don't believe it is, as Cairo is still right behind the safety car. I know it's not staying out one more lap at least.
Yeah. So they all are budged up. Jason Woodhouse with a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Drew. That's 30 seconds. Luckily, Drew didn't get a penalty off that, so it will be Gabe's deciding it was Jason Woodhouse at fault.
Yeah, as you can see, he's starting to slow down now. I'm not too sure what's going on. Tristan does get past. So yeah, bit of issues coming in from Jason's car.
And again, Poppy's back in to the pits.
There may need to be some sort of word with Jason. I think it looked like his intention tried to take out Jason there. Tried to take out Tristan there, sorry. I'm not too sure what is going on there with Jason's car, but he's not looking too good. He's now left session, which means he's quitting race. So yeah,
it could be just a bad connection because his connection was low, which I think that could be the result of all the problems they've had. Did he? You do know that it's on my stream now?
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
I know, I realised. But, yeah, probably need to look at.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's something stupid to look into. Something stupid to look into.
Yeah.
Penalties are going to be a big factor on this right now. Majority of the drivers lower down. Drew, Tristan, Magnus, Poppy with a drive-through, Jason Woodhouse, all with penalties. DxT sitting a fifth with a penalty, which means he could actually tumble right out of the points if he's not careful.
Yeah, there's only going to be a few laps now because there's lap 7, well, lap 8 by the time they cross the line, so there's only going to be a few laps for these guys to break their penalties to the cars behind. And yeah, DxT, with the cars he's got behind, Apex, Savon, LH, Drew, they're very, very quick drivers. Also, you've got Magnus as well, who's in that band. Tristan's on the Super Softs. It'd be very difficult for him to break that penalty barrier there.
Well, it's more of he will get 8th if everything goes the way it goes at the moment. He'll get 8th due to the penalties were carried by Drew and the drivers behind him. So he will get the solitary point, but then he wants to get more. He needs to get more, to be honest.
And he deserves more.
He definitely does. Oh, Magnus picking up another time penalty there. It's as we are back racing. We've got 4 laps left to go. 4 intense laps. Cairo just needs to keep working hard because Rayners has now got past Psycho Tubby, and Rayners is not going to be easy on Cairo whatsoever. Rayners needs this win.
Yeah,
he needs to get as many points he can to close that gap to LH.
And Tubby gets a bit unstuck on the exit there after the overtake, and Evil Hunter just shot past him with the 3rd place.
And now Psycho Tubby's at the mercy of Quad GT, who he's unforgiving. Quad GT, he's just gonna like. Quad GT's the type of driver who will stomp all over your dreams.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dream killer. As we've got, I thought Evil Hunter was gonna have a little look around the inside there of Rayner, but not made a move yet.
I think Evil Hunter is either going to wait for the mistake to happen from Rayner, which is quite unlikely, or that perfect exit. And that's what he needs to get. He needs to get that perfect exit. He gets a good run onto Rayner, coming down into turns 14.
Oh, Tubby's under attack from Quadruti's. Quadruti's going to try and hang it around the outside. I don't think he's going to make it stick, though. It's going to be very difficult right now as Tubby does take the place back. So it's very good fighting there from these two. Fighting for fourth place.
Absolutely fantastic there, battling between the two drivers there. Quadruti, knowing he's got the penalty, needs to make a huge amount of time up. I don't know whether Apex goes a little bit wide there, a bit a kick of oversteer. I'm not too sure what happened there between Psycho Tubby and Quadruti. It looked like there was a little bit of a touch. Put Psycho Tubby a little bit wide there, going through that final corner. But now it's kind of like Psycho Tubby. He's now got LH for company going round turn 3.
Yeah,
LH goes off a little
past Rayner, but Rayner's going to make the move back down the inside, or can he? Because he's got that wing damage. It's going to be difficult for him to get that car round, and he doesn't. He pulls out of it in the end. So Rayner in third place.
I do want. It's exactly the same wing damage that Rayner had in the first race. I wonder whether he done it at the same place, or they just never bothered changing the wing at the beginning. Because it's just exactly the same, and I've seen it from like the very beginning.
Yeah, so I think it's just laziness from their from Rayner's team there, not changing that wing from the sprint race.
Not at all, definitely. Kyra's now built up a 2-second gap, which Evil Hunter will cut into quite nicely, but I think he's got 2.5 laps to do it in. I don't know. I don't think Evil Hunter is going to be able to do it in time.
No, it's very
because Kyra is not going any slower. He's pretty much matching him for pace, and these three drivers are following him right now. Are the drivers who are battling for first, second, third, and fourth.
Oh, damage there on Magnus as he hits the back of Drew's car. Does lose wing damage and a 3-second penalty to boot as well. There's a nice little scrap gun on here for 7th place with Apex, Savant, Drew. I would say Magnus, but he has fallen out of that now.
I think it's because he is in the Mazda spin car, so it kind of suits him.
Yeah, definitely. Quadruti does get past Rayner as well. Rayner's definitely struggling with that wing damage. Rayner falls in behind, trying to get some slipstream back. Let's see if he can do it. But DRS has been enabled now for the last 2 laps, as you can see Quadruti's car with it open. But Rayner not able to make the move, and he's struggling in that first corner to get that car round.
Yeah, now Quadruti's got to start thinking about that 3-second gap. He has got the buffer zone all the way of Psycho Tubby behind him with a 3-second penalty, so we could see that penalty being... Oh no!
Kyra's got a 3-second penalty.
No!
That could just give the win to Evil Hunter right now, but he needs to push.
It really does need to push there, because Evil Hunter is such a clean driver. I don't think Evil Hunter is going to make... And Quadruti picks up another 3-second penalty. So...
Oh, no.
The pressure really has gone off Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter knows he doesn't have to worry about the driver behind him, and the driver in front of him has got a penalty. And with a lap and a half to go, unless Evil Hunter picks up a penalty, he is going to have that win.
Yeah, and Rayner could possibly get second as well, because if he can stay within Quadruti, he's definitely got second place here in the bag.
Well, he'll get third because he's got...
Third place, sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic effort.
Big spin from Mazda Spin's car there, Magnus. Now that's dropped out of the points now into 11th place. Not sure what happened there as he goes off track, takes some more wing off. That looked intentional, but we'll wait and see what happens. He's Tokyo drifting now. Yeah, a bit
absolutely
of living up to the name of Wallbanger right now, as he's now doing donuts on the track.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's DNF himself.
There we go. He's finally done what he wanted to do and smashed his car up.
Yeah,
Jason Woodhouse
car in the pits.
Again.
Well, there we go. Last lap of this race now. It's all down to Evil Hunter. If he can keep that car clean, he hasn't got to worry about Call of Duty who's behind him. Just got to focus on keeping that car in that white line of the track.
Yeah, that is all he's got to do. He's just got. He can even let Call of Duty go past him and just keep a clean race going to the end, as long as he doesn't fall out of the 3-second gap to Cairo, who, I will be honest, I'm proper gutted he picked up that penalty. And I reckon it's the same few corners. And Evil Hunter is actually closing in very quickly now.
Yeah, he started the game. Has he got damage on the car? I don't think so. I think he knows his fate is made, Cairo. So he's just going to take it easy. Don't risk any more penalties there, and just get that car down the last sector.
Yeah, because he'll still get a second, but he definitely deserved the win.
LH the fifth place. Good move from him.
Yeah, so the top 4 drivers are in second, third, fourth, and fifth. So that is just showing the class of these drivers. As Cairo is coming around the final 2 corners. Izzy's case may have worked a little bit against Cairo. Wasn't as strong as what a normal case is. As Evil Hunter does take first with Cairo in second, Rayner in third. LH gets up to fourth. Call of Duty in fifth, unfortunately for him, because that means that gap to Evil Hunter will be widening. However it is set at the moment. Psycho Tubby in sixth, another 6th place for Psycho Tubby. Apex in 7th, Drew in 8th, Correct Savant in 9th. We've got Tristan in 10th, Puppy Jr. and Puppy Sr. battling out at the last corner. It's back and forth, back and forth.
That wasn't battling. That was a display there. That was a little display from the puppies.
Yeah, puppies coming across the line together on their first race back with Rayners Racing League. Evil Hunter driver of the day, would you agree with that?
Yeah, do you know what? I will. He kept the race clean. He did very well. I think if it wasn't for that penalty, it would definitely be given to Cairo there. He had a fantastic race, but that penalty has kind of hampered him. But it's still a great race from Cairo. Still deserves to be on that podium.
Absolutely fantastic race from our drivers today. And Izzy just comments, I wasn't trying to curse, Cairo.
Hi, Curly, as well in the chat. He has just joined the chat late, but yeah, the race has now finished, so welcome, Curly.
A bit late, Curly.
A little bit late.
Just a little bit. So we're going to round off the positions off again. So that you'll find off the positions for the sprint race is Evil Hunter in first, Cairo in second, Rayner in third, LH in fourth, Call of Duty in fifth, with Psycho Tubby in sixth. We got Apex in seventh, Drew in eighth. Rounding off the points, where Correct Savant, Puppy, Tristan, Puppy Jr., Magnus, Jason Woodhouse, and Ben Cardiff not finishing at the end. Obviously, I will be having a conversation with the admin about a few little incidents that happened. But that is the end of the race. That race was Rayners Racing League F2 at Sochi rounds 21 and 22. Join us next week where we're going to Abu Dhabi, which would have been the final round, but we do have the re-race at Belgium the week after. You could join Rayners Racing League on Monday for Monday night multiplayer, which is a new thing where it's all about teams of 4 battling it out. So it's actually quite interesting. That is Rayner commentating on that. And then you've got the Wednesday F2 with Rayner. Again, the slower drivers, including myself, are racing that. And then it's Friday night racing with Mr. Poley on commentary. So that's Rayners. We've got me and Herbo are commentating tomorrow as the DxT commentary team for LFR. We're racing on Thursday as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Racing on Thursday.
And TNE. And we've got the race. I'm commentating on Herbo's race, the Tea Time Friday Night League, on Friday, obviously. Yep. And then we've got the T&E day basically. Saturday is just full of races, which you can join myself and Herbo on various different races. Then I think I'm getting promoted to cover your race next week.
Yeah, I think so. That'd be good to have you watching an actual good race for once. But yeah, as Gaz said,
so you're saying this race wasn't good?
No, I mean like you're doing the tier 3, obviously. The tier 3.
That's true.
So true. Yeah, I think it was plug. Obviously, we did mention the Monday night race league. We're going to be commentating on. I'll be here on Tuesday as well to commentate on the TNE regionals, which has been dubbed the fastest regionals tier in the regional calendar, a regional series of the TWAC league. I call it the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then obviously, yeah. I think it's perfect. The TWAC, it's the regional TWAC series. I think that's brilliant. I don't know. They wouldn't. I don't know why, but they wouldn't adopt it. But there we go. But yeah, so don't forget to join us then. And guys, I have linked the Discord again in the chat, so do feel free to join if you want all information about any kind of races that we do commentary for or that we're involved in any way. All the information is on there with some fun little polls and stuff we're going to be doing. Hopefully some merch, hopefully some podcasts, so fingers crossed. Do stay tuned for that. But guys, thank you very much for inviting me in today. Oh,
it's absolutely brilliant. I do love commentating with you, especially on all races that we do. It's pretty amazing because every standard is different. So we're going to round off today with a big thank you to Rayners Racing League for having us commentate again as the DxT team, DxT commentary team, which I do think this is the best commentary team ever.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Rainer for having us. And this race was brought to you by for sponsorship from Sim Racer Core. Please, guys, if you don't know much about it, get onto the website and look at what they're doing. It's some fantastic things that they're looking at prospectively doing. It's a fantastic idea. And again, thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Again, I will drop the DxT Discord link on my channel as part of the DxT commentary team. We do hope to see you sometime through the week, if not this time next week again. Good night.
Yeah, thank you guys.